There's a big argument in the comment section who's actually number one, Poland or Persia. And I have to say, by the end of this video, you probably still won't exactly know. So let's go and recap all the wars that are currently going on, because there's a ton of things that are happening. France at war with Spain, Rome at war with Poland, Persia at war with Arabia. Those are the three big wars, as well as we also have the New World, America still at war with the Aztecs. But those wars are still in this kind of beginning stages. We don't know how those are going to play out. I mean, for instance, the Siege of Madrid really isn't going to be, I think, successful at all for Catherine here. She just doesn't have any range units. So I don't think any big thing is going to go down here. Oh, man. And I predicted this one in the last video. China and Japan are now at war. And I think this is going to be I think it could potentially be a landslide victory for China. I think China might even be able to kick Japan completely off of continental Asia. I mean, if we really just look at it here, they just don't have the technology. Japan is definitely suffering technology-wise, and they're not going to be able to catch up or defend against these mechanized infantry that China has right now. But who knows? Who knows? Australia has always been that wild card. We have no idea what John Curtin is thinking down in the land. Down, in that land that's down under, that was so lame. He also has a fifth settler heading up this way. I'm not sure if he's going to colonize up here or if he sees some other opening, but that'll always be interesting, especially because Australia has like no military right now. I also really thought that Persia was just going to start walking into Arabian lands. It seems like he's kind of timid a little bit, strangely. I don't know why. He has a pretty big force that kind of dissipated. They're no longer along this city. Maybe he just wanted this one city. I don't know if he wants to deal with, going around the Dead Sea. That could be a problem. Poland seems to have finally somewhat dealt with their rebellion problem. They were having some pretty massive rebellions that were taking place in the last video. So far, I think there's only really one left, but there are a lot of tiles that they need to go out and fix. As well as it looks like Rome might be thinking of an offensive move here. He's had some trouble, but he's now starting to, oh, there it goes. He's starting to go across the Adriatic Sea, and Budapest is completely undefended. He might be getting ready to booty grab Budapest. Also, Teddy, with his single file army right here, is definitely thinking about going in after the Aztec capital, because there's just a straight road that leads right in. Yeah, if he's sending in these units, he should be successful, but I don't know, it's still kind of early to say. I don't know yet. Now, in some unexpected news, Persia peaced out with Arabia. Ooh, that's kind of tough, man. That's a tough one, because especially when we saw an amazing game, we've seen the last several videos, Persia's been doing amazing. He peaced out a little bit too early. I do understand it would be tough for the AI to take a city like this, but that's a tough one. Maybe I'm underestimating Trajan a little bit here, though, because it is pretty impressive to see him fight, Poland, who's maybe in the top 3 at the very least in the world right now, as well as he's still colonizing the Sahara Desert. Now he's making it an offensive move himself. He's moving in with his own military. A lot of it has to do with geography reasons why he's been so safe, as well as he got really lucky with all those rebels that popped up. But yeah, I maybe I should credit Rome a little bit more. Norway just founded Drammen, just randomly. Actually, it's not random. He went for the oil. He definitely got the oil. So that's kind of a smart move, I guess. That's a lot of oil, definitely, in the spot he just founded. Things are getting pretty intense here on the Japanese-Chinese border. It seems like Japan is doing a little bit better than I thought. A little bit better. I'm not exactly sure how or why. Probably the encampment. That's a really good spot for an encampment. But yeah, I mean, these mechanized infantry from China are having a little bit of a tough time. And America is coming in. They are definitely just coming on in. Again, they will also have to deal with relatively pretty well-placed encampment right here. That's going to be kind of a problem. And they only have, 2 mechanized infantry. That's not going to be enough to take the city for sure, but it's interesting that Teddy's trying. Let's also not forget that the Aztecs will eventually have to face a dual front war, more than likely, because Brazil... There you go, that's exactly what I was saying. Brazil was going to go after the Aztecs. The amount of times it's happened in this series is kind of crazy. Which, by the way, Brazil has a pretty massive force. Remember, Pedro's tried multiple times to do a naval invasion of Central America. That's always gone horribly. Maybe he can help Teddy a little bit here. He probably doesn't. I bet you America and Brazil probably don't have the greatest relationship here in the New World. So Iberia is now at peace. But unfortunately for Felipe, he just lost one of his biggest cities. Holy crap, I can't believe he gave that up, because Madrid was never going to fall to the French. I think we all knew that. But damn, that's a 17 population city that just swapped to Catherine. So give her a few more turns, she'll be able to defend herself a lot easier, or maybe even go after Poland herself. Because Trajan isn't letting up. Trajan is still sending over troops one by one. He's not getting much done. He's not booty grabbing Budapest as I thought before. And it does seem like Poland is starting to rebuild their military briefly here, as well as fixing some of the pillaged tiles. But this is good for France, man. And just take a look to the north, where the British just can't really get anything going. I mean, Lancaster sitting here is just pretty much going to be the death of Vicky. France is just became a really powerful civ, I think, just by piecing out with a 17 population. That's no small feat. That's a really big deal. But just the fact that it's one city and it wasn't taken, so all the population is still alive, that's pretty good. Also, Egypt has just declared war on Arabia. I'm not sure what is going to take place because, you know, I mean, technically speaking, Saladin already has a, you know, probably 66% left out of this wall. 73 overall combat defense. Persia's declared war on Scythia. Rome has declared war on Persia. Ooh, I don't know why I never considered this. I have no idea why. I feel like we've had so many videos too, at least early on in this series, where we focused on, oh, is this the time when Scythia comes down there and just bitch slaps Persia? Because I always thought that, you know, he would eventually lose this city. This is going to be interesting because Persia has a chance here of maybe taking out a very powerful civ. Because Rome is going to be focused on Poland. I don't think Rome is going to get anywhere close to Persian territory, even though it does seem like they're bringing in more forces. I think the longer it takes for them to get them up here, the more time obviously Poland has to rebuilding their own military. But we definitely have to watch for France. France is going to be I think one of the most watched civs now. I mean, I don't know if I don't know if I even consider them in the top 5, but they still have that range. They've got a lot of range, and if we go far enough into the series, they might be able to do some interesting things. But yes, back to Egypt and Arabia. I mean, Saladin has like what? He has like three units, it looks like. He has you know, an AT crew, and that's about it. So I mean, this is in Cleopatra's court. She does need to be careful. I cannot believe I haven't focused on this front, but the Congo and Egypt are pretty scary. This front is huge, and the Kongo are pretty powerful. So here's the problem. Cyrus is going to have to fight through 2 encampments and possibly 2 cities, and India is no longer sending any more units over here. Gandhi stopped a while ago, I think, to focus more on just colonizing, continuing to colonize south of Tamiris, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. As for the Chinese-Japanese war, we have mechanized infantry that are moving in on this 13 population city. Well, I guess they're both 13. But yeah, Japan has basically lost their entire military. So I think I underestimated the strength of the mechanized infantry that China has under their control. There also seems to be some colonization efforts by both Japan and China, but they haven't done anything with it. This guy's going to get taken more than likely, because mechanized infantry army, that you're not going to be able to stop that, Hojo, when you really don't have much of a military at this point at all. Also, America continues to move in on the capital of the Aztecs. Obviously, there hasn't been anything really significant that's happened so far yet. And in terms of northern South America, Brazil hasn't sent up any units, but, you know, again, that rough terrain that's tough to get through, man. The jungles and the rivers, not easy going through the Amazon, but Felipe did settle this city in South America. So as I said, that's pretty cool. They got to 3 different continents. This is going to be a pretty huge war. This is going to be a lot bigger than I think I initially expected. I mean, because it does seem like Tamiris has upgraded almost all her cavalry. She doesn't have any of those old-ass units anymore, so she has mechanized infantry, which will be able to put up quite a fight against these tanks. If Persia's only sending in tanks, even if they're tank armies, it's gonna be a pretty close fight. I think if Cyrus focuses on attacking this city first, that's a much better chance. Do not attack AHS. Is that what that's called? AHS? I haven't made any sort of reference to this, but did we mention that this is called Mosquito Bay? I don't know about y'all, but I hate mosquitoes, so this is a pretty disgusting city. I actually don't think there would be any mosquitoes in the middle of Greenland being so cold. I don't know. I don't know anything about insects, to be honest. Also, Australia did settle here. I don't know if it's the best move. I mean, Australia is a really nice civ. I think if I had to live anywhere in this world, it'd probably be within Australia, but they're focusing on these islands which aren't really that good. I think it explains why it seems like Australia is doing good, but in reality, they're not that good. Either way, yeah, the islands aren't very helpful. The Australian mainland there's so much desert here, so it's kind of tough to get things going. Anyways, Australia, I love you, but you gotta do more, man. Rome has made peace with Poland, which is a really kind of big deal. We'll see if Rome continues to send any more troops after Cyrus and Persian territory. But yeah, as for Persia and Scythia, it seems like most of the units have been kicked out. They either had to retreat or Scythia sent in enough reinforcements. Does Russia now try once again to go after this city? It's a possibility. It's just going to be really hard. And now that Poland is finally at peace, what Poland needs to do, I think, to regain that like easy #1 spot, like they were like 2 or 3 videos ago, where everyone considered them #1. I think it's safe to say, give them 10 to 15 turns, build a big military, while Persia is out there fighting Scythia. That's when you move in. That's when you move in. Because if you look at the Western Persian Empire, there's really nothing out here anymore. This could be a really easy win now for Poland. They just come in, they establish their dominance, take 2 or 3 cities away while Persia's fighting pretty much the next biggest for Scythia. Maybe I'm giving Scythia too much credit, but Poland could very easily win this game, I think, with a few somewhat strategic moves. So the Americans are just starting to flood into Aztec territory. It's still going to be pretty tough, but there's a lot of open tiles now because the Aztecs have lost a lot of their military, or they've sent them down south. Have they sent any down south? No, not really. All these are just completely undefended, but Brazil isn't taking note of it, I guess. Persia is trying once again, this time with a little bit more units. I mean, it does seem like Scythia is eventually going to run out of reinforcements. Oh, there goes his move right there. Did someone just get nuked? No way. I saw a little explosion. That wasn't a nuke, was it? I've never seen the AI drop a nuke. No, I think that was just an explosion. I think they might have just destroyed a tank unit or something like that. But for a second there, I was like, holy shit. If you look throughout the Scythian Empire, though, I mean, they don't have anything. There isn't much of a military at all here. So, yeah, if Cyrus just continues to press forward, destroy units one by one, then yeah, he definitely still has more units that he could use back this way. Another big enemy I think I'm underestimating here is India. India could also just totally throw a wrench in the Persian Empire. Persia could be done, I think, if India decides to strike. Poland is in a much safer space, I think, now that I consider it, because Persia has like 3 big enemies surrounding them. Poland has what? Poland basically just has France and Rome and Persia. I mean, that's 3. I wouldn't say that they're big enemies. I think they could easily defend all their fronts, even if all 3 of those neighbors went after them. Maybe Persia would be a little bit tough, but yeah, France and Rome, they could easily defend them at the same time. And let's be real, even though I have speculated in the past, Scythia and Russia aren't going to do anything to Poland. Russia's just not powerful enough, and Scythia doesn't have a big enough border, so they don't really need to worry about their eastern front at all. And no offense to Norway, but yeah, Norway's not doing anything. Norway ain't doing shit. They're not even taking out Germany for the most part. They've chosen just to let Germany continue to exist in Sweden, and that's not Sweden. That is Finland. No, I'm totally blanking. Norway. There you go. So they've just let Germany live on Norway, basically. There seems to be a little Spanish Inquisition that is about to take place, because there are tons of inquisitors moving across the Atlantic Ocean right now, probably for Brazil. Japan and China seem to not be making much progress either side here. I mean, China is just demolishing the Japanese lands that they control, but they're not actually making any progress in any sieges at all. And they have, they also did destroy like all of the Japanese military, so I guess we should give them some credit there, but they're not actually going after these cities, strangely enough. I was gonna say what Persia really needs is for Russia to somehow interfere with this war as well, but Russia has nothing. I don't know what's going on here, but Russia has nothing. They've got no military whatsoever. I mean, there's some musketmen, I guess, and that's pretty sad because there's no one defending the city. They could really take advantage of what's going on with Cyrus and Scythia, but Russia's, I don't know, they're going to drop the ball here. I have to say, I think the Persian Empire is on the cusp of complete collapse, to be honest, because this Scythian war is really going to drain a lot out of their military. Poland is now kind of rebuilding in Eastern Europe, and I didn't even realize how powerful Gandhi is. If Gandhi in India goes after Persia, I think they're done. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the course of the next several turns. Thank you guys for watching. and I'll see you guys next time.